Hello, this is the Harboring Light. I'm Mary. I give a conservative perspective about the world around me. So, my introductions. Feedback is really important. Can't stress it enough. And also, your thoughts are very important. So, questions, comments, concerns, show ideas, feel free to reach out to me either through Substack, through email, through comments in X, and of course YouTube would be greatly appreciated. And I do answer your responses, and just any comments you have, feel free to respond and let me know how you feel. All right, so some of the audio platforms that I'm on Spreaker, of course. I'm on Spotify. I'm on Pandora. I'm on iHeartRadio. I'm on Amazon Music, Deezer, just to name a few. So this episode is all about Malaysia, the food. And I'm going to touch on the aspects of cuisine, dining, and the aspects of how all the different combinations of different ethnicities coming together, because from what I'm understanding and gathering and learning more about the Malaysian food culture is more fusion. And I appreciate the listener or listeners from Malaysia. Feel free to give me comments about this, about food from Malaysia too. And so also I'm gonna touch on different aspects of fall seasonings that I found to share with y'all about Malaysian food too, cuisine. All right, here we go. All right, so my thoughts about food, about Malaysia, it's very humbling to me that I have all of you listeners out there and globally listening, and down home from good old USA. I appreciate y'all so much. And then it transcends a lot of the message that I'm trying to do, and I'm trying to keep constant with all of you out there who listen to me, and then other listeners, and to understand that that in our differences, that is uniquely us, that some people want to say it separates us. I think that binds us together, because specifically in food, because sharing your experience about your culture of food that you like and what you don't like, and it's a humbling thing, and it's a pleasant thing to talk about. Because you get, again, and I said this again, I just want to keep reiterating, you get into the heart of the matter of what you value. And then you start to realize through those differences, you see what's in common about what you value. And then even in the differences, you start to see, you learn if you want to. And I think that's something that's a tie that binds. And particularly that what I appreciate about specifically with Asian food and Indian food and other cultures is the spices. That's what tunes me in and brings my attention. And how something as simple as maybe but seasoning with pepper and salt, but you lay on different, maybe a chili pepper or maybe some plum sauce, and it gives it a different perspective. And then, it's just beautiful and wonderful how all these different spices from these different cultures come about, and it brings in new ideas about how to flavor food. And then that's what blows me away a lot with when I discover about new cultures, or all you listeners out there, and then what I've understood before, and then learning even more now is great. And then it's very interesting that with Malaysia, that they are seen as the fusion aspect of they fuse from different different cultures. They fuse their influence. You can taste all of that in their meals, and that's very unique, because it says that again that it's important to understand that let's say go back when I was talking last week with Austria. All these influence that it seems like it's just in Austrian idea with sausages, but that comes from the Italian roots, and then how that influenced the aspect of making something new from the Austrian point of view of how to put their seasoning and spices and either making it more savory or more sweet with sausages and things like that. And then it's impactful that Malaysia understands that that's nothing to be seen as something strange, or that's something, we have to have a narrow tunnel vision of what we want to eat or what we think about food. Yeah, can't wait to talk about this subject. All right, so those are my thoughts. Here we go. I'm going to get into the facts of everything. Okay, so when I typed in fall foods, Malaysia healthy foods, this is the AI responsive. So it says, in Malaysia, the fall season from September to November brings a variety of nutritious and flavorful foods that align with traditional Chinese medicines, and emphasis on nourishing and moisturizing of the body during this period. Here are some healthy fall foods in Malaysia: sweet potatoes, bok choy, leeks, fish curry, glutinous rice. It's a traditional Malaysian dish. It is made of glutinous rice mixed with coconut milk and cooked in bamboo. This comforting food is rich in carbohydrates, fiber, and nutrition, and it makes it, a soothing option for the fall and fruits. So Malaysian fall season, it is also in the season, fall season of Malaysia. It's also time for various fruits such as durians. And I heard that the durian fruit, particularly the durian fruit, it has that tagline, it smells like hell but tastes like heaven. So it's one of those things. It's quite interesting. And mangosteens, to name a few. These fruits are rich in vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, and making an excellent addition to a healthy fall diet. So it goes on to traditional Malaysian dishes and their health benefits. So nasi lemak, the national dish, is often served with coconut milk, infused rice, fried artichokes, peanuts, boiled eggs, and spicy sauce. The combination of this provides a generous balance of mix of carbohydrates, proteins, and healthy fats. And rice they also have a rice porridge, which is comforting fall food in Malaysia. Often, I believe the pronunciation of this is cogni, often served with ginger, garlic, and other herbs. Cogni is easy to digest and can help soothe the digestive system during dry fall seasons. And the roti kana, the Indian-influenced flatbread, is made with whole wheat flour and is often served with dal or curry. Roti kalni is a good source of fiber protein and is influxed with healthy fats. And here are some of the sources that are provided for you as far as the AI-generated answer and response. So it's journals, Open Edition, everydayhealth.com, walkaboutmonkey.com, facts and details.com about Malaysia, and just to name a few. And now I'm going to go into an article that goes into more detail about the dishes of Malaysia, and it focuses in on the fusion of like I was saying in my opening thoughts about the fusion of different cultures in the foods and how that's prevalent and how that's broken down. And I, of course, give my thoughts about it. All right. Yes, and of course, the source will be provided for you in this episode. All right, so this source that I'm reading from is entitled Chef's Pencil. It's from Chef's Pencil, the website, so chefspencil.com to be exact, and it's entitled 25 Most Popular Malaysian Foods. So this was written in 2021, November 16th, by Augustine Che. All right, so popular breakfast foods. Coconut milk rice. This Malaysian dish is considered to be the national dish. So the Malay word for rice it looks simple, but each component requires a significant amount of preparation. The rice has to be cooked carefully with coconut cream and pandan leaves. It is traditionally served with fried anchovies, that is, boiled eggs, cucumber slices, and a spicy chili-based paste, roti canty. This popular flatbread dish, as I was talking about in the AI response, originates from southern India. It's made with ghee and flour. The best roti canty is crispy and flaky on the outside and buttery smooth on the inside. It is usually served with a dal or curry, and sometimes with sugar. You can have it plain or with a wide variety of fillings, as it's listed as this: eggs, onions, mushrooms, cheese, and even banana slices. All right, so toast with coconut jam. A popular breakfast option. The invention of kai toast is often attributed to the Hainanese cooks who were employed by the British residents of Malaysia and Singapore during the colonial era. Quite interesting. And I appreciate that too. I love history so much, but I appreciate how that putting that nice touch of history to explain how this evolved in itself gives a lot of credit to the aspect of how things aren't created in a vacuum. They have meaning, they have merit, and history, expels these things and explains these things if you want to look for it. And that's wonderful. I think that's what that's what it says to me. All right, so it is usually accompanied with coffee or tea and eaten with 2 soft-boiled eggs, which are eaten with white pepper, and dark soy sauce. The toast can be dipped into the runny eggs or eaten separately. Hainanese chicken rice. A culinary staple in Malaysia and Singapore, this dish was reinvented by Chinese immigrants from the island of province of Hainan. They adapted their recipe for Wenchang chicken according to the availability of the local ingredients, creating a beloved icon in the process. So as the name suggests, Hainanese chicken rice pairs poached chicken with seasoned rice. It is usually served with chili sauce and slices of cucumber. Malay fried rice. Fried rice is versatile and a cross-cultural dish. It can be cooked in a wide variety of ways: Chinese style, Thai style, Korean style, Burmese style, and so on. So, kampung, I believe the pronunciation of that, literally translates to village, but nasi goreng kampung generally refers to a traditional recipe that is common in Malaysia and Indonesia. And I have some Indonesian listeners out there, and one or many, more than one. And that's nice, and I like to know y'all, all y'all too, the feedback too. And also when I get to all of y'all, look forward to that too. All right, most of the work goes on to preparing the chili paste. After that, it is the simple matter of frying the rice in shallots, garlic, shrimp paste, and anchovies. And anchovies isn't for everyone, but I do prefer it. I like anchovies. Are nice, and I can see that aspect of it being too salty and everything, but I just think for a flavor palate, it gives a nice touch. All right, so stir fry flat rice noodles. This popular Chinese dish is traditionally stir fried in pork fat, but there are also halal variants for Muslim diners to enjoy. While its recipe seems simple, it takes a lot of skill to fry rice noodles, soy sauce, chili, Balinese prawn, these cockles, and bean sprouts, and a wok over a very high heat. All right, so that being said about the halal and everything, I'm going to read this aspects about Malaysian food. Okay, so let me go back to the top. It says, Malaysia food today generally draws from the culinary traditions of its three main ethnic groups: the Malays, the Chinese, who mostly immigrated from eastern cultural province of the Fujian or Guangdong, and the Indians, who mostly immigrated from Tamil Nadu. So, and I'm going to read up before this, the paragraph before this. Located in the center of South Asia, West Malaysia has long been a key part of the maritime spice trade. Merchants from China, India, and Southern Arab once exchanged their wares for precious commodities like cloves, nutmeg, and pepper at the famed port of Makala, believe. So, tom yam serves as a good counterpart. This sour and spicy soup is popular among Malaysians, but this is an example of fusion foods of Malaysia, but it's widely acknowledged as being indisputably Thai in origin. Many of the other foods on the list, however, are also beloved local favorites in neighboring Singapore, Indonesia, and Brunei. So this gives a good tapestry, as I was saying, about fusion and the aspects of fusion foods. And it says fusion food is the way of life around in Malaysian food. So Malaysian food borrows culinary influence from a wide range of sources, which sometimes makes what counts as local or Malaysian a passionately contested issue, even before the advent of social media. And it's quite interesting with this aspect of, how there's so many different influences. And then it just says the ties to, saying this is going with the impact of nationalism, saying what is truly this, what is truly that. Is quite interesting how that's playing a part in Malaysia, and particularly in Malaysian foods. And that's a nice touch, I think, to give a center around also another layer, a center around about food of Malaysia. All right, so banana leaf rice. So, as the name suggests, this dish is served on a large banana leaf. Hailing from South India, it revolves around rice served with several dishes, pickles, or sour spice soups, various curries, and crispy crackers. It's popular among vegetarians since meat is optional. Curry laska. There are various recipes for curry laska, also known as curry mee. While the noodles used in this dish can vary, it can be yellow noodles, rice from a chili, or thick white laska noodles. It is generally cooked in curry soup that is milk based on coconut milk. It's typically eaten with hard-boiled eggs, deep-fried tofu, and bean sprouts with a spoonful of sambal on the side. So, flat noodles. Pami is a versatile flat noodle dish that can be served dry or stir-fried or in a soup form. There are many varieties, with chili pami being one of the most popular. This hearty, unassuming, and down-to-earth dish usually consists of noodles, leafy greens, vegetables, mushroom, fried anchovies, a poached egg, and minced pork or chicken. The spicy chili paste is served separately and added according to the diner's preference and spice tolerance. So, stuffed bean curd. Like pami, stuffed bean curd or hakka dishes that can be served dry with 2 dipping sauces or a soup dish. The star attraction is tofu that is either filled with a ground meat mixture or fish paste. All right, so this is a pancake, murtabak. It's popular across South Asia and the Arabian Peninsula. It is traditionally associated with Indian Muslim restaurants. It is basically a pan-fried bread that is filled with generous amounts of minced meat, usually chicken, beef, or mutton, beaten eggs, scallions, and chives. It is usually served with curry, dal, and sambal as a dipping sauce. Slow-cooked beef. All right. Rendang is traditionally meat dish a traditional meat dish that originates from the region of West Sumatra. It is usually prepared for a major ceremony occasions such as wedding feasts or Hari Raya. Large amounts of meat, usually beef, are slowly braised in coconut milk and various spices, ginger, turmeric leaves, chili, lemongrass, etc. It's usually ready to once it's ready to eat once the liquid evaporates the meat and becomes tender and incredibly flavored from the process. All right, so I'm getting into street food. Fish cake. This much-loved street food consists of fish, which is fish cake that is wrapped in a coconut leaf or banana leaf and then grilled. The fish cake is seasoned with chili, turmeric, and lemongrass, giving its characteristic of a reddish-orange color. Net crepes. So, net roti jala, I believe the pronunciation of that translates literally to net bread. It is a reference to its stringy-like appearance. This popular snack is made from wheat flour, eggs, milk, and turmeric, which gives it, with the turmeric is what gives it a bright yellow color. The batter is poured carefully to create the interlaced look and then rolled, and it is usually eaten with chicken curry. Banana fritters. Ripe bananas are peeled, covered in batter, and with a mix of rice flour, cornstarch, baking powder, sugar, and salt. Then it's deep fried to perfection. Turnover pancake. Quite interesting that play on words, pancake, because, I'm taking this in a pan. So the dessert pancake is popular street food that originates from Chinese Fujian province. The batter is made by mixing flour, eggs, sugar, baking soda, water, and coconut milk. Peanuts and sugar are traditionally sprinkled in before it's folded, either once or twice. Other popular options include creamy sweet corn, chocolate, and or cheese. Fish sausage. That's interesting. This traditional snack hails from the eastern state of Chernihianu. It is usually made with a wolf herring or a fish like that. So this fish is minced and salted and then mixed with sago flour and water. The resulting dough is rolled into a cylinder-like shape, boiled, cooked, and then cut diagonally, or a diagonal cut. The slices are then deep fried, and it is fried in hot oil. So mackerel too is another fish that is used for the fish sausage. Okay, spring rolls. So it's paper thin, which is used to wrap, paper thin skin, which is used to wrap around a wide variety of fillings. So fried papaya is particularly popular in Malaysia. The fried version is usually slimmer and smaller. The spring rolls usually contain a mixture of diced vegetables, carrots, whether that be turnips, carrots, cabbage, things like that, and some minced meat. Fruit salad. So, this is often deemed to symbolize the ethnic diversity and cultural and pluralization of Malaysian society. Its most common form takes the shape of a combination of various sliced vegetables, agave, mango, unripe mango, cucumber, pineapple, etc., and sweet and spicy dressing. Indian Muslim restaurants serve a popular variation that incorporates fried tofu and seafood. Ramly burger. The Ramly burger is named after Ramly bin Monkey, the Malaysian entrepreneur who is well known for his successful halal frozen food company. The company's franchise street stalls can be found across the country, each dishing up a popular recipe that revolves around its flagship burger patty, while the sauce and spices used to season the patty can vary. Good job, baby. The Ramly burger recipe stands out by wrapping the patty in a fried egg. And then that's quite interesting. Makes you wonder about in American culture, how, having a fried egg on food, particularly with a burger, how that translates. And to our culture is that, where's the origin of that come from? So curry puff. This is a Portuguese empanada, or the Samoa of all three. So the thick pastry usually contains chicken curry, potato curry, or sardines, and it's often enjoyed as a tea time snack by all Malaysians. Shaved ice. Okay, so this usually includes red beans, palm seeds, grass jelly, sweet corn, and agu cubes, and roasted peanuts. The mountain of ice is then drizzled with red rose syrup and condensed milk. That's quite interesting. So it says the island of Pang in the capital city is the historic city of Makala, and the laid-back city of Ipoh are all magnets for local foodies, but you can also get acquainted with more regional specialties by exploring the country's other cities and towns. And it ends by saying Malaysian food is delicious, yet accessible and affordable, and difficult to replicate outside of the region because it depends on many local ingredients and labor-intensive preparation methods. This list is just the tip of the iceberg if this is what suits you. So, I'll paraphrase. And so I'm going to wrap up my end with this. So, it goes with this whole aspect that's quite prevalent. Something that seems simple on the surface is really, when you dig down to the heart of the matter, is very complicated because of the details of attention and the labor and the care that is put into producing something, whether it be food, whether it be clothing, whether it be writing or things like that. And that goes, and that's quite interesting, and that can translate to the aspect of affirmation for life. It seems like you're doing something that's just simply on the surface of it, seems like you're just putting a simple touch to something, or where it be to your work or work ethic, or to how you raise your family, or to how you live. But in actuality, the way it seems so simple on surface is actually more complicated because of how you pay attention to details and how you put your effort into care, and not to overburden the aspects that needs to be done to where it seems seamless and seems like you didn't put very little effort, but you did, because you know how important it is to take things slowly, simply, and pay attention to the detail and do things with care. And I think that's really prevalent to end on that note, and for this writer to say, and this food writer to say, it was quite nice touch. All right, so this reaches the end of the Harboring Light, and of course I'd like your feedback about the Malaysian culture of food, Asian culture of food, or just food in general. Feel free to reach out to me either through email, Substack, X, and of course Phil's comments in YouTube. Would be greatly appreciated. Tune in, turn up, and absolutely take care out there. Bye-bye.